Wow. Devin Haney still without his father in Australia ahead of his biggest fight, most meaningful fight, George Kambosos, true undisputed. What does this mean? Maybe I can give you guys some more clarification. Stay tuned to this video. You did. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, in case you missed it, Top Rank had a card over the weekend, and it was in Las Vegas. Also, a Las Vegas resident, the Haneys. That's where they have a home in Las Vegas. They brought up to the podium Bill Haney, and this was last Saturday, right? The night that we just had the fight on with David Benavidez. Top Rank had their own competing dueling card on ESPN, again in Las Vegas, and you had Bill Haney, who was at the podium and really just explained that he's not with his son right now and that kind of thing. So this is a follow-up video for me that I want to explore a couple things that I didn't in previous videos. What does this mean? Now, I said when the news first came out that Devin Haney was going to be by himself, not technically by himself. He has people looking after him and, you know, people that are entrusted with the family, but Ben Davison couldn't travel and neither could Bill Haney. Bill Haney revealed in an interview with Trill Boxing that it was based on a prior felony that he served some time or whatever in the 90s. And as a result, he was unable to get and obtain a visa. It didn't get approved or denied at the point in time, but probably a week after that interview, I mean, he still wasn't there. So this is pretty concerning. And my thing is this, when I made the first video, I said it seemed kind of shifty. It seemed a bit fishy, sketch, sus. These were the words that kind of came to mind. And it almost felt like a setup because Devin Haney, he begged and pleaded for this type of moment, and he had to give up a lot of things. And I know off record and on the record, some different things. And some of you guys may know some of the things where he had to concede. Basically, George Kambosos, and long story short, George Kambosos, he was a guy who came and did a good thing. In that equation, Teofimo Lopez was the A side. We got J-Lo, and you know, saying these types of nonsensical things, saying he's the big man on campus, yada, yada, yada. George Kambosos was the massive underdog, and he upset the guy who had just come off the Vasyl Lomachenko fight. So well played to George Kambosos. In my opinion, Kambosos' team him got a bit big-headed, and they're like, oh, yeah, boy, you're on my time now, and we picked you, and, you know, these types of things. But whatever, he's feeling himself. He beat Teofimo fair and square. The fight was not close, and as a result, he has the pick of the litter. So I'm not even too mad at that. It is what it is, you know, to become a champion and fulfill a lifelong dream or a career-long dream. Who knows how you would feel if you accomplish these types of feats. So that is what it is. But I do know for a fact that Devin Haney had to give up a lot for this. For example, his promoter. We all know that Devin Haney was working with Eddie Hearns, and Eddie Hearns had, in the partnership, got him millions of dollars when he was fighting. So he made good money. There was no other calamity or things that obstructed or hurt the relationship. So this was just a business decision. And the Haneys pretty well said that. They said they couldn't pass up on the opportunity, you know? So they had to give up their working relationship with Eddie Hearn for the foreseeable future, for the opportunity, their working relationship with DAZN. So that's one thing. The other thing is Devin Haney's been making millions. And if you know anything about Bob Arum in Top Rank, some people have suggested that Bob Arum is cheap, or, you know, he's not going to want to pay two fighters ish ton of money. So Devin Haney likely had to take a salary cut from what he's used to for the opportunity. And Devin Haney and the Haneys, they conceded every demand, every major obstacle or things that could have been an obstacle, they gave into just because they were so confident, insanely confident in their ability to win and want that opportunity. They also agreed to a rematch in Australia, not like, oh, come fight me in Oakland, you know, come fight me at the Chase Center if I beat you, like back in Australia. So to do it twice in Australia, do the first fight in Australia, take a pay cut, leave your promoter, leave your network DAZN, no problem. And I started my channel And through the grace of God and great fans, I've been able to build this empire on this platform, YouTube, and elsewhere. And I'd be remiss if I didn't use my channel for the greater good to showcase the people like Devin Haney that I believe are doing it right. Like, this is what I got into boxing for. This is what I like in terms of covering it. This is why, because I knew I could make a difference, use my platform once I got it there, use my personality, my voice to really help the sport. So I think we all should be like celebrating the guys that are doing it like Devin Haney. And there's a lot of great fighters that they're up to task and doing what they're supposed to be doing. But Devin Haney, I mean, I don't think enough people, we're a couple weeks out from the fight, I don't think enough people are giving him the praise that he earned. And my thing is this, I'm not a fan of forcing the issue. I like things that are authentic, organic, real. I'm from the Bay Area, right? So I would never ask or solicit something that is not owed. I wouldn't say, oh, give him credit if I didn't think he was owed credit. So this is something him and his team have earned. They have been willing to do whatever because of an insane belief and, you know, wanting to close in on a lifelong dream for them. And they feel like they can do it not once but twice. And they bent and conform to make sure it happened. Now, as far as the whole Australia stuff, to me, it sounds suspect. I really, the type of economical push that a fight would give, like we're talking about a stadium, they're saying 30, 90,000, 50,000, whatever is going to be there. That's a great economical push. So to me, I think there are political forces at play where if the Australian government wanted to step in and somehow, you know, grant some kind of clemency or some type of effort or precautions were put on Bill Haney so he could be with his son, I really feel that could be done. In fact, I raised you one, and I will show you this, which a lot of people do not know. Popular Hollywood actor Mark Wahlberg arrives in Australia, touching down at Sydney Airport before going to Byron Bay. Now, this may not seem like much because some people don't know that Mark Wahlberg was previously charged with attempted murder. He pleaded to a felony assault. So he pleaded guilty to felony assault and was sentenced to 2 years in jail. But Mark Wahlberg only had to serve 45 days of his sentence. So, you know, him growing up in the Boston area, he was charged with a hate crime. And they gave him 2 years, but I guess he didn't have any priors or anything else. So they decided to release him after only 45 days. But that's something that's on Mark Wahlberg's rap sheet. And I know as he got into Hollywood and tried to become bigger and, you know, did movie roles and stuff, he tried to get that expunged from his record. It says Mark Wahlberg seeks pardon of felony conviction from a 1988 assault. At the time, Mark Wahlberg was about 16 years old, but he was tried based on, it was labeled a hate crime against a Vietnamese man. And based on the severity of the crime, even though he was only 16 at the time, they charged him and tried him as an adult. I don't know how he got out early or whatever, but that's literally his story. And it says Mark Wahlberg is sorry he requested a pardon for his teenage assault conviction. So Mark Wahlberg, I don't know, maybe it's who you know and how much money you have, or, you know, somebody you grease somebody's palm or rubbing elbows. I don't know exactly how it works. I've never been to Australia, but if we're being even Steven, and Mark Wahlberg has this on his record that he tried to get expunged as of me recording this video. I don't know that it has been expunged. I think it's still on his record. And this was from 1988, and it was a hate crime, and it was him pleading guilty to a murder. How does actor Mark Wahlberg get to travel to Australia? He's probably filmed movies there. He goes there frequently, etc. But then Bill Haney, Devin Haney's pops, they're saying, nah, you did something a couple years later in the early 90s. You can't be with your son for this. So to me, it looks like they don't want to give Devin Haney any type of upsides or additional. He's already a skilled fighter. So it's like, we don't want to give you nothing extra. We're not going to make your stay any more pleasant than it needs to be. We don't want you to potentially beat our hometown fighter, and we're not giving you nothing. So it's a dangerous fight because Devin Haney, the rounds he wins, he's going to have to win them convincingly, many people think, because you've seen what happened with Manny Pacquiao, who's bigger than Devin Haney is right now. If they're willing to rob him in Australia with Jeff Horn, for a guy like Jeff Horn, also on the top ranked card, then there's really no telling. Let me know how I did in this video. Let me know what you guys think of this situation. Unfortunate. I mean, I hope it gets resolved before the time that they actually come to fight. There's a little bit more time, but it just seems a bit fishy and sus that guys like Mark Wahlberg have, you know, made mistakes or whatever when he was younger, and he has a felony hate crime and attempted murder, felony beef. But then whatever Bill Haney, he said it was a drug beef, you know, that's like too sinister. So it's like, nah, we ain't giving you the visa. So I really feel like if they wanted to, they could. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.